Welcome to our team call, TNT. It is Monday, January 11th, and our host for tonight, words are a thing, Miranda Bond.
Ooh, we pulled out the full name.
Right? Miranda Lee Bond.
I bet some people didn't even know that.
She's a Bond girl.
One of the best.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to start tonight with wins. I want to hear all about the spectacular things happening in people's lives. Also, someone recently pointed out to me that I use the word spectacular a lot, but it's a spectacular word. So,
you know, when you have a great word, you should just go with it.
Yes.
I like that.
So I want to hear wins. Who has something awesome from your week?
Ooh, pick me.
You. I pick you.
Well, after the leaders Zoom, Mindy and I called one of Katie Beth's people because Katie's recovering from her thing, and we got her a trio order.
We did. It was so fun. It's like the best get well present ever, that when somebody is healing on our team, we can get them an order. We're like, Merry Christmas, we got you an order.
So we texted her and she's like, now wait, what? She goes, can I call you?
So she called and she was like, how did you do that? What?
There she is.
Woman of the hour.
No. So that's what we did, and it's super fun. I love those gratitude calls, you guys. They're my favorite.
Yeah. So we called and thank you for being Katie's customer. And she was like, actually, our red, green, and purple bottles are almost empty. We need more. Okay, great. We can make that happen.
Hit the easy button.
That was easy.
What's going on down there?
They're playing.
Awesome.
Can you shut the door then?
So who else has a win?
Well, I won $50 for showing up for the Winter Summit on Saturday. So,
Wow, you got paid $50 to work your business?
yeah,
That's a pretty good system.
it pays to show up.
It does pay to show up. You're right.
Somebody's looking for the pass.
Oh, good. I love that win, Meg. Who else?
I got $20 for Team Z.
This number's slightly wrong. What's wrong with it?
2297.
720. Is it 229720?
5114. Who knows Mamel Zoom?
Yeah, 229-720-5114.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, we got
Who's next?
Say yours again, Dave.
Dave had a share.
Say it again, Dave. We got distracted.
Won the Team Z contest for December.
Oh yeah.
Got $20 for that.
Yeah, but before we
awesome.
pass on past that, I feel like you need to tell everybody how many shares you had to win that prize. Like you
It's
decimated
like
competition.
285 shares.
Yeah.
For the month of December. Yeah. So I did a lot of Team Z had 10 shares every day. I think I ended up having like 400 something like connects too on Team Z. And I just took Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off too. So
Slacker.
That's what I was going to say. You total slacker. You blew everybody away. And so you got your Team Z free for the month of December.
Sure did.
And you planted all those seeds at a later date. You're going to be real happy about that.
Yeah,
choice.
you are.
oh yeah.
Very cool. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is Jenny.
I got a complete order today.
Yay.
So that was fun.
That's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Just from posting on social media about my shakes and stuff. So
I have a lot of success with that, posting shakes and like pudding, different recipes that I make.
I want pudding.
Oh, we might have to make pudding here. Dave makes really good pudding. Everybody can come over after the call.
Will do.
They didn't make any for me.
Rude.
Right.
Dave-
Now you have to come back, Wanda.
I was just gonna say that.
We knew we didn't have time for everything, so come on back.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Any other wins from the past week?
Well, I had someone at work come up to me the other day that I hadn't worked with in some time, and she was just going on and on about how much weight that I'd lost and how she noticed when I was walking down the hallway and all of that, and asked me what was going on. So I told her, I said, I've been shredding and just eating a clean diet. Just kind of went over the shred, and she was really impressed, and so that that was a fun impromptu share, and it feels good to be recognized that something's working in my life there.
That's so cool.
Which is the understatement of the century.
Yeah. What's the update, Wanda?
30 minus 33.4 pounds.
Ooh.
That's amazing.
Wow. And let's do all the shred ones. Well, we can pause to do that. I lost 3.6 on the shred this time for a total of, I think it was 15.8. Wanda, does that sound right?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 15.8 is going back to a year ago. So which when I started eating really clean and being really serious about this shred life, and then totally inspired to do it with a buddy, I gotta say.
So much better with a friend.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, and I the first week of the shred, I was down 2 pounds. So
Yes.
that was a nice thing.
And when you're hanging out with Wanda every day on text and hearing her updates, it's like, oh, I gotta be good. I gotta keep up with Wanda.
Right?
Oh,
Totally. Jenny, do you have an update?
I'm at 197 now, so I've lost 3 pounds on this shred.
That's
Awesome.
amazing.
Yeah, pretty excited about it.
you hit the 190s. Wanda hit the 180s, didn't you?
A 189.45 or something like that. But I bounced up just a little bit, and I'm like a half a pound more. So
Yeah, but you saw it. You got there. It's coming right back.
Yeah, you
that's right.
totally.
Yeah.
So cool.
Oh, you guys.
So
And
proud
what
of
about
everybody.
you? What about you?
I can do math.
We need like a total number, you guys. For
I'm
just for
down
the shred.
3.4 pounds from the shred.
Okay, Mindy's 3.4, Jenny was 3, Wanda was 2.
Yeah.
And what was I? 3.6.
Yeah.
All right, anybody else?
I'm down a couple pounds too.
2?
Mhm.
Look at that. And Dave needs to gain all of those pounds.
Yes, so we're putting them in an envelope and we're mailing them to you.
Promptly.
If only that's how that worked.
Yeah, no kidding. Mhm.
That's 14 pounds.
That's
It's
impressive.
18 with mine. Mine's 4.2.
Oh, look at you.
Ah!
And Keaton, actually, good news with this shred. He gained 7.5, which he needed to. The doctor said he was underweight by 12 pounds. So he gained.
Yay.
Yay.
That's what I love about the shred is it helps our bodies heal. And if you need to lose weight, you lose weight. But if you need to gain weight, like Dave and Keaton, then they do. It's so cool.
Dave just went to weigh himself, didn't he?
He wants to weigh in here to feel better.
I did.
I knew it. Dave, I love you.
We don't just celebrate losses, we celebrate gains.
We
Yeah.
do, because we celebrate inflammation leaving our body, and inflammation leaving my body makes it go down. I also had the lowest weight measurement I've had.
Waist.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Okay.
Waist.
Around the middle.
Yeah. Because for me, inflammation shows up in my gut. And so I had the lowest measurement that I've had in a long, long time. So this is so exciting. You guys were healing together.
I love it.
Well, yeah, and I'm down 2 pant sizes. So I was pushing an 18, 20, and now I'm down to a 16, and they're starting to feel loose around the waist. So
Maybe time for
woohoo.
soon.
Oh my gosh.
Dave, what's the update?
So I'm actually up a pound, which is really cool. So
Hey,
yeah.
That's awesome.
that's so cool.
Guys, this is so fun.
For real. I love it. Well, is that all of our wins? That was a lot of wins.
That
but I
was-
don't want to miss any if there's more.
That was, shall we call it spectacular?
I think we should call it spectacular. Yes.
Are we saying all of our wins or just the shred win?
All of them.
Any win. We like all the
So
wins.
I got a canceled customer into a raving fan and got my healthy starts order today. So
Woo!
Amazing.
So how many orders do we get to get today? Is that 3?
We had one, Jenny had one, Hannah had one. Look at us go, guys.
3 orders. I'm totally going to put this on the team page, you
Yeah.
guys. This will be so fun.
These are like our best wins week ever.
I know.
Go team. So cool. Well, I love all these wins. It's amazing. You guys are the bomb. Next, we get to hear from the one and only megastar, our news correspondent with the news you can use. And
Oh, wait, before she asks me,
isn't Megan so pretty? Let's stall and
Oh.
kill time.
Megan's so pretty, and she's so pretty that she can share her screen.
Without asking.
That was close.
Yikes.
All right. Let's see if I can. Okay. As you all know, we're all shredding right now. So that's one of the things that we're doing for the rest of the month or week or however long you want to shred. So it started last week, but we're continuing on doing that. And then tomorrow night we have the Tuesday night call series that that long back ago, Don Raffman actually created these like night calls on Tuesday nights, and our very own Diane Sears, what we considered our upline, one of our upline leaders. She's going to be speaking that night at 8 p.m. and sharing the business. If you haven't been on one of these calls, I encourage you to hop on tomorrow night if you can, just to kind of see what they're all about. I went to one probably a couple months ago, and they are really good things to use for your business and to get people to share the business with them. And basically all you do is you dial in that number. It's on your phone. It's not like a Zoom call, so it's only on your phone. So it's a little bit different. But it's something that is definitely that they do weekly, I think. And so it's be a great way of you hearing different stories and sharing the business and products with your people.
Also, I've heard Beverly Grandison speak, and she's very cool.
Oh, you guys, she's awesome.
She is amazing.
Mhm.
So if you want somebody to hear about Juice Plus, I mean, when she starts talking, the room lights up.
She's a feisty, cool lady.
Yeah.
Okay, and then on Wednesday night, Dr. Phillips, he's one of our Juice Plus doctors here. I remember his complete video that he's launched. It was an awesome video. But he's an Ironman athlete. He's just all around very athletic, and he's one of our doctors, and he's just one of just a really great guy to listen to and have your people that are those people in your life that like, oh, I don't know if Juice Plus is for me, because is this really the medical medical, is there anything research behind it? Or so it's really nice having people like that being invited to these calls that doctors are talking at, so they know for sure that doctors are back behind Juice Plus, and that they really see the value in it, and that they're taking it for themselves, and that they are using it in their practices. So this is be a great Zoom call or a call for you guys to hop on. It's through Facebook on their Juice Plus TV group. And then we have our virtual conference in April. I just wanted to have you guys save the date for that and write that on your calendar so you're aware of it and that you plan for it. And I'm sure we're going to have our Zooms in between to talk about what we are excited about from conference, and just to talk about our takeaways and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you mark that in your calendar.
And who's won money from virtual conferences before? Look at that. So, as Megan discovered the other day, and most of the people on the screen have experienced, it pays to show up.
I feel like I still owe some of you money from the last conference. Do I owe any of you? You should all say yes.
I'll take that extra $50.
Totally missed an opportunity, guys. If you
Okay.
had all said $20, she would have believed
Maybe
you.
I'm doing better than I thought then. Yeah, it's one of those things I was like, did I pay all those people? And all of a sudden it was bugging me. Okay, carry on. I lean on you.
Of course you can.
Okay, good.
I'm going to pass it back over to Mindy to introduce the next thing.
Thanks so much for all of that information and for being so on top of all these events. You look amazing. Next, we get to hear from our one and only Melanator,
All right, you guys.
who's going to tell us, I wasn't done talking.
Oh, shush.
She's going to tell us all
You're
about,
pretty.
yes, how pretty I am. Definitely, that's the topic for tonight. Or it's about the winter summit that's happened this weekend, and they announced some changes and some cool stuff, and you should tell us.
So I know some of you have jobs and families and lives and stuff, and you couldn't be with us, which is
Rude.
kind of rude, but understandable. And that's the great thing about our business, is that you're a blessing, whether you do a little or a lot, and you can work this business in, in those little corners and pockets of your life while you're working, loving your family, whatever. Okay, so the Winter Summit was really good. I was truly fired up, and I've been working my business even more since then. Okay, some of these things will make more sense to you than others, depending on how long you've been around. But if you have questions, go in your mentoring Voxer and we'll help you understand it. So the first thing that is huge, so when you're going for promotions at the leadership levels, you have to have so many lines with people who have so many partners in that line who are commission qualified,
Which is considered active.
So to be an active team member, you had to have 225 in PVC any given month to be considered active. And they just made the 225 go down to 200, which is huge, you guys, because people would get stuck around 200, 210, 215. And then, so not only does it impact promotion, but it impacts, more importantly, that person's paycheck. And I know Mindy just had somebody quit because of it, because she was hanging around 210.
Yeah, her volume every month was 215, and her husband was not okay with them adding another order, and she was not interested in working her business, and so she wasn't making any commissions on her own orders anymore because her customers had canceled and her own household volume was 10 points shy. And so she gave up.
So she quit. So they just brought that down, which is really cool. So, I don't know if this applies to any of you or people on your team, but it's going to make people happier. And if you want us to help figure out how does this apply to you, we will help you figure it out. So just let us know.
And it also is going to matter to your uplines who are going for their promotions. So starting with QSSC, that's the first leadership position. That's what Megan is going for. That's what Cami and I are. That's the first time that matters, is how many active partners you have in certain places. And so by maintaining that, it's a win-win because you get a better paycheck and it helps your upline get promotions.
Okay, the next thing is that's equally as huge. These two things are really big, even if they don't seem big to you right now. So we used to have these sliding scales for promotions that, you know, if you're going for a P plus, you have, you know, any 30 days. And if you're going for QSC, you have any 60 days, and they changed it to calendar month. So if you wanted to go for QSC and you were already a rep, you'd been around, you had to do it January, February.
Like Jenny.
Mm-hmm. Guess what? That went bye-bye.
It can be any 60 days.
That face right there.
Merry Christmas.
So if the first order that shipped in January was January 15th, then you've got, well, depending on, it's 60 days, so you have to do the math, but you have till around March 15th instead of having to have it done by February 28th. This is so huge. Now, okay, you guys, I'm going to get really excited about this. This is one of the things, I'm talking really fast. It's one of the things I really love about our company. They listen to us, and they're very concerned about what's called best practices. And Janet Black point blank said they realized that the calendar month thing was not best practice. So we're going back to best practice. And it's a 30, 60, 90 day sliding scale, depending on what you're going for. This is huge, you guys. These two things make it much easier for so many people to promote that we got to just get it done.
Yeah.
So Jenny, ask us to, you know, ask Cami, ask us to help you figure it out if you need help. Anybody help, you know, we're here for you. If you want help, we'll help you as much as you want.
But this one is cool.
It's big. All right. Is anybody close to qualification for the first time or the first time in a while? Because they're giving out bonuses for that too. So you might want to take a look at and ask your sponsor, how close are you to being qualified? So, and then this is really cool. These club levels that we talk about, the people that we most revere out there are 100 Club, which to have 100 qualified businesses under you, which are people who earn $1,800 or more, not dollars, but 1,800 PVC points per month. Have 100 of those under you? Are you kidding me?
I have one.
Yeah, I have 7. 100? Okay. Well, we've said for a long time, why don't they go over 100? Because I know people who've got 100 clubs under them, and so they are. They're going to be celebrating 150 club, 253, 354, 450, all the way up to 500 club. What I like about this is, for me, it's going to raise respect for the people that we have come on our calls and do trainings, to really respect, because we're going to be super clear about exactly how successful they are. Track record is everything. Like, you know, if somebody's got, say, a 250 club, when they talk, I think I better listen.
For real.
So I'm super excited about that. But wait, there's more.
It's like a bad infomercial.
Yeah, right? Did she just call me a bad infomercial? That's okay. That's okay. I love you.
I love you.
So when you get, you know how when you get a promotion and you get a bonus with it, sometimes you got to wait up to like 5 weeks to get it. Yeah, no more. They're going to be using the My Wallet thing, and you're basically going to have a Juice Plus debit card. And when you get a bonus, bam, that money's on that debit card and you get to use it immediately. Now, that's good for everybody, but especially new people. We want them to get excited by getting money in their hands right away. It's good for them, for people who have, spouses or partners, significant others in the home. Many times they're skeptical. A lot of people are skeptical about network marketing. I was, and so was my husband. But as I started making money, then his respect for the business came up, as did my own. So don't you think that's going to raise everybody's respect for this business? Just have money show up on a card like right now.
Like we're going out to dinner. Oh, honey, I'll get dinner with my bonus.
You know what? I got this. I got $250 on my card. How cool is that, you guys?
Super cool.
Okay, we've got 2 coming this summer, we think. We know it's coming, we're just not exactly sure when it's going to hit. 2 new Complete products. One is going to be a non-soy version of Complete. Yay. I know I've had tons of people not be able to take the Complete because of the soy. And then a new performance version of Complete, because people who work out a ton, athletes, are looking for more protein in their Complete. And so we're going to have a version of that for athletes and whoever are looking for that.
I'm excited. I use 2 scoops of Complete as 1 serving because I'm looking for more protein. So I'm really excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah, that's good for weight loss too. Also coming sometime, we don't know when, they're working on a loyalty program for customers. So customers are going to at some point begin to be rewarded for longevity. And I think this is truly amazing and will set us apart as a company. And I don't know what that'll look like, but I know it's going to be good, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be able to tell my raving fans, oh, guess what? You get fill in the blank, whatever it is. And then also with the new bundles, they're looking at throwing some free products in there. So maybe there'll be a certain bundle where they will say, hey, you get a free shaker bottle when you order this bundle. And I don't know if it's going to be all the time or a special deal, but I know I've been doing that for years and doing it out of my own pocket because I know it builds my business, and I often offer it for the partners on my team when they're going for a promotion. Like MJ's going for a promotion, so I'll say, hey, anybody who orders a quad, I'm going to throw in a free bag of Complete. And his sponsor, Dave, might say, and I'm going to throw in a shaker bottle. So how cool would it be to have corporate kicking in something? We don't know what. So that's big. And I think that's mostly it. I think I'm going to stop with that because that was spectacular.
It really was.
Back to you, baby cake.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for sharing the updates. Those are very exciting. I'm especially excited for Jenny's promotion that's so happening now. She's got a little bit more flexibility.
I saw you light up, and girl, we are so excited for you.
Totally. It's so happening. Next, we get to hear from Megan, and she's going to tell us some exciting social media stuff.
All right. Okay, so this is basically straight off from the Winter Summit that we had on Saturday. And these are just little pictures that someone screenshotted while they were going. So things you should post about on your social media. The guy that was speaking was really...
You know what? I'm going to feel free to interrupt.
Yes, ma'am.
I do that, don't I? What? One of the, in preparation for this, the guy who spoke, one of the first things he said was, why should we post on social media? And I thought this was so good because I have partners ask me this sometimes and say, I'm not a social media person. I don't really want to. And he says, why should we? Because we have a message to share. It's so simple and yet so profound. Like, what an amazing use of social media. So I just wanted to say that for starters. That's all.
All right. So what should you post about on your social media? And these are like 4 different topics that he brought up, that would be passions or interests that you really love to do. And honestly, I've listened to a lot of different speakers on social media, and a bunch of them say like, when you're posting about something on social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you use, or both, think about one specific person that you want to cater to, and post about that consistently, because those are ultimately be your dream team people. And you're wanting to cater to those types of people because that's what you like to do. So why not post about those things? And one of the examples that he uses is family, and some advice about doing that, sharing advice about healthy tips for your kids, or just inspiration on how to raise your children, and just showing video of them cooking with you in the kitchen, or and just making like your content geared to more family type things, activities that you would do with them, or like in this talking about how your kids, why they don't like fizzy drinks, or like why your kids are different than what normal kids are like because they're taking their Juice Plus, or having them have a picture of them with kids with their Juice Plus in their hand, stuff like that, that really caters to that family aspect on your social media, if that's really what you're into and that's what you want to share with your family and your friends on Facebook. And then he had us take some time to write down 5 things that you really are into and that are besides Juice Plus, because Juice Plus, we really love our Juice Plus, but that's not what we should necessarily on the forefront sharing on social media, because we want to create that curiosity and get people asking questions and messaging like, hey, what is this stuff that you've been doing? I really want to see what it's all about. So if you guys want to take some time right now, or when you get off this call, and write down 5 things that you're really interested into, and that's something that you could post on social media consistently to grow your business, and kind of what kind of people you want to cater to. And we can also help you as an upline team to kind of figure that out. What do you like, and what should you post on social media, so you can grow your business in that way. And then here's some basic starter posts that you can do on your social media. Posting fruit in your hand, or taking a picture that is on your table of your meal that you took or you're gonna eat, or and having that picture on your camera facing down at the table, or like I said before, storytelling with your family, showing those videos of you doing something with your kids, or just doing like very colorful, bright pictures are also very eye-catching, something that's eye-catching on your social media, so it kind of gets your people looking at your page. Any selfies, self-portraits, making them exciting, and then celebrating any milestones in your life, like an anniversary or a trip or something like that. If like I like to post like stuff on conference, like going on a trip with my team, my tribe, and that can get people like looking at your page, like what is Megan up to? Like today I had actually a funny story. When I was living up in Chicago with the Bonds and the Hurleys, my mom got someone from my church was asking her like, hey, have you seen like what Megan's doing like up in Chicago? And my mom didn't know what I was up to because she wasn't looking at my Facebook, but but the friend over here was looking at my Facebook and really intrigued of what I was doing. And so it was kind of funny to hear that, like, I had created a fan base in a sense back in Quincy when I was living in the Chicago area. So it was kind of cool. So people are always watching, and I didn't know about this person that was watching me. And like, people are watching you, no matter if you think so or not, because they may not see it or like your post or comment on your post, but they're watching you, even though you may not think so. So those are some really cool things that you can post on your Facebook, with doing pictures of those types of things for video. So what you want to post on your social media is to create value. What are you offering? Are you giving out helpful tips on a certain area of working out or eating better, or just basic nutrition? And then secondly, are you giving purpose? Is there a reason, or reasons? And every post have a reason, and they're transparent, that you have a clear message that you're trying to give out to your social media people. And then you're also creating a community of like-minded people in your social media of like I was saying before, you're catering to one specific person. So, and within that, you're creating a community around your social media and what you're posting on a daily basis. And then, and further, lastly, it's also it's ultimately giving you an opportunity to have people ask you and want to join you in your mission, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to share with this Juice Plus business. And it's just a great way to build your business on a very easy level, because like everyone, like especially now with COVID and everything, people aren't able to meet in person. So this is a great way, an easy way to build your business that's free. And it's a great way to build your business on social media, and be that platform and that positive light for somebody out there in your life. So that's all I have. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to share my input if I have an answer to it.
Could you please put those slides on TNT for everybody?
Already did.
Oh,
She was sharing
yes.
them from the team page.
Ah, that's my girl. That's so
Yes.
awesome, because
Yeah.
those slides could be great to have in front of you when you're working. You know,
if
just
you need an idea.
Yeah, you can find those in the albums of the TNT Facebook. So if you need to look over those again, you can, as those examples, you can look there. So
wow.
She did nail it. It's
Yeah, so true. Does anybody have questions for Megster, or questions for the team in general that we could talk about from any part of it, from anything I shared or anything Megan shared?
I do have a question, but I wanted to log into my office first before I spoke up. The 200 and still the 1800, is that what it's down to now? Am I understanding correct?
The 1800 is what it takes to qualify your business.
Okay.
The 200 is what it takes to make you or a team member commission qualified.
So it's commission qualified versus PB qualified.
Okay, so when I'm going in here in these two lovely circles,
The first,
and it says commission volume 113, that needs to be at 200.
correct.
Ooh, that was good.
And the other one needs to be at 1800.
Correct.
I'm so close, and it's only and the date goes from, so since I got my order today, the 11th, it goes from January 11th to February 11th. Is that what I'm understanding?
So that's for not for PB qualified, or those are calendar months, but for promotion. So you would be going for
Sales coordinator.
SC. And so then that lets you start not necessarily on the first of the month, but with the first order that month. So if you wanted to look at those numbers, we could look at those numbers with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anybody wants a coaching call this week or in the coming weeks, reach out in your mentoring boxer and we're happy to make that happen.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We have at least 2 people on the team, 3, because Jenny going for QSC this month.
And those of you who are in Core Rank University, if you want to reach out in there, we'd be glad to serve you in that way if that sounds good to you. Any other questions? That was a good one.
It was. All right. And we should stop recording, which is down there.